Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Please like, share, and subscribe. Today's topic would be how to use my makeup brushes or my favorite makeup brushes in my makeup kit. Now I'm going to start with a Caudalie Beauty Elixir. It's good for all skin tone. It helps tighten pores. You can set your makeup with it, and it also add an extra pop of radiance underneath the skin. Now I'll be using Par Dry Skin Cream. It's good for all skin type. It keeps your face nice and hydrated really fast. A moisturized face before placing makeup application makes your face look 10 times much better. Now I'm going to use Elixer Pro Green Concealer to color correct her red blemishes. I found that women with acne red spot, that green concealer will help you diminish it with your foundation. This concealer is very potent, so you got to make sure you blend it down nicely on top of the red blemishes. Next, I'll be using Becca Evermatte Poreless Primer. It's one of my favorite primers to use. It will have your face super matte, and it's also good for oily skin. This is my favorite primer because it gives you a long-lasting mattifying look. Okay, these are my favorite brushes that I like to use when doing the eyebrows. You can use any angle brush, but my go-to concealer brush to sculpt the eyebrow is a MAC Cosmetics 242 brush. And then you can use a crown brush to cover up the concealers. For the eyebrows, I use Embark by MAC Cosmetics Eyeshadow to fill in the eyebrows. You can use any angle brush to fill in the eyebrows. Next, I'll be sculpting the eyebrows with the MAC Cosmetics 242 brush. This is my favorite brush to sculpt the eyebrows because it gives it a sharp razor look. You can use any lighter concealer to sculpt the eyebrows. Working with this brush, you have to be precise on how you want the eyebrows to be shaped. It's all about sculpting and shaping and filling in at the same time to get your perfect shape. If you can't make those eyebrows twins, they might become sisters, but like I always say, don't kill yourself, just try to make them look symmetrical. That brush be gliding that concealer like butter. I'm just using an angle brush and a concealer brush to fade the inner corner of the eyebrow to give it a fade effect. Also remember, once you fade, you must always clean up as you go. I do this little unibrow thing to make sure that both corners are even, and then I'll wipe the middle off. These are my two favorite concealer brush I use to conceal the concealer. The crown brush, precision brush, I use that for underneath the eyebrows. The oval brush I use for above the eyebrows. Now I'll be using the precision brush underneath the eyebrows and use the foundation by Black Opal Cosmetics Warm Honey to conceal the concealer underneath her eyebrows. With the precision brush, you can get as close as you want to the eyebrow concealer to remove the white line. Next, I'll use an oval brush to conceal the concealer above the eyebrow. I'm using the shade Truly Topaz by Black Opal to conceal the concealer. So these are my favorite brushes I love to use for eyeshadow. I have my Morphe pointed brush. For the crease, my Pro Detail crease brush. You can also use it for the inner corners of the eyes. A smudge brush, you can use it to smudge the liquid liner or the liner underneath the eyes. You have the blending brush for the crease. Fluff brush for the lid. Now I'll be using Benign Clown White as an eyeshadow primer. Not only does it make the eyeshadow pop, it allows for extended wear. Now for eyeshadow, I'll be using the Jaclyn Hill eyeshadow palette by Morphe. The first color I'll be using is that number 1 as a transition color for the crease. The Pro Blending Crease brush is my favorite brush when it comes to applying shadow to the crease. It fits right in the socket. I like to dig into my eyeshadow so the color can show. Next, I'll be using the number 2 for the crease again. Adding more color to the crease give your eye a different look and a different dimension. That's my opinion. Now I'll go to the shade in number 3 and add it on the tip of the eyes. In this corner, I'm just building a dimension or depth towards the eye. A little smoky, but not too black smoky. As you see, that's a beautiful combo. Last, I'll use all 4 to give it a little smoky tip on the end of the eyes. I'm using the pointed mini blender to focus the eyeshadow on the ends of the eyes. The Crown Chisel Flush brush is one of my favorite brushes I use to pat any eyeshadow on the lid. I'm just using a natural goldish color on the lid. When I apply eyeshadow on my lid, I like to dig in my product and make sure I pat enough eyeshadow on top. I don't literally mean dig a hole, but dig enough product on the brush so you can see the product on the eyes. And always remember, clean as you go. Next, I'll be using my favorite liquid black liner, waterproof. It's called Emuse Cosmetic. You can get it at any beauty supply store for $1.99. It's very cheap, affordable, and it gets the job done. I love the fact that you could put just one coat and glide across the lid and it's there, versus doing 2 or 3 coats. If you made a little mistake with the liquid liner, you could use a little concealer with a concealer brush and you could fix it by drawing on top of that little mistake. Now next, I'll be using La Charmer Wispy Lash to lash her up. She'll be wearing double wispy to give it more extra pop. Okay, these are my favorite brushes when it comes to applying foundation and contour in the face. The Jumbo foundation brush is my number 1 go-to foundation brush that I really love. It helped me blend the foundation down quick and fast. The Olive concealer brush and the Oval foundation brush both can be used to contour their face. Those 2 are my favorite go-to secondary foundation applicators. For her foundation, I'm using MAC Cosmetics NC35 Studio Fix Fluid and using a jumbo foundation brush to place that product only in the center of her face. I always use more than one foundation to find the perfect match for a person, but for her, I only use 2 foundations. Her next color would be MAC Cosmetics NC45 Studio Fix Fluid, and I'm only adding it on the rim of her face, the outer area of her face. And then I'll be blending both NC35 and NC45 together to give it a good base. This is a must-have brush. I have to have this brush. I have probably like 20 of these brushes. I can blend somebody's foundation quickly with this brush. It cuts back on a lot of time when it comes to makeup application. I use this same brush to apply concealer, so I'm using MAC Cosmetics NW35 as her highlight. Some people choose to go super light, but I'm just doing a natural light. The concealer is Pro Longwear by MAC Cosmetics NW35. This brush is my magic wand. When it comes to makeup application, I can't live without it. My favorite product to contour is MAC Cosmetics Studio Fix Fluid NW58. I know it looks really dark on the skin, but the more you use it, the more you get used to contouring with it. I just add a little bit. Don't try to add too much or you're going to have a hard time blending it out. I love contouring with liquid because it's easier for me to blend out. That's my opinion. And also, if you put too much of black, you can always use some foundation to cover up the black to help you blend it out. Do not be afraid of the dark contour. Just remember to try your best to blend as much of it out as possible. Sometimes you may need help to make a narrow nose, so I would like to use the MAC Cosmetics 242 brush to add a little concealer down the bridge of the nose to help me make it look slimmer. These are my favorite brushes when I deal with powder and bronzer. The fan brush, of course, for bronzer. The small chisel brush for powder. And the contour brush is for blush or contouring. Next, I'll be setting the face with Benign Cosmetics Natural Set. For her setting powder, I'll be using Makeup Forever HD 173 and MAC Cosmetics Mineralized in Deep. Now I'm going to use Banana Powder by Banana Cosmetics to bake her, to give her that extra pop to highlight her. Now I'm going to use the Crown C405 angle brush or contouring brush to give her some blush. Working with blush, you got to make sure you blend that stuff down so you don't end up with a rosy cheek. Even if you have to use your foundation brush to brush some of that blush out, you can. Now I'm just lining her lip with black Opal Chestnut lip pencil. For her lips, I'm going to use MAC Cosmetics Honey Love lipstick. This brush can be also used as a lip applicator and also to blend the lips. You guys probably wondering why I put the lipstick on like that. My thing is, you're going to have to blend the lips down anyway, so put enough product on the lip in order for you to blend it down the first time. Every artist have their own way of applying lipstick. This is my way. If it was red lips, it will be applied differently. Now it's time to dust off all this baking powder. Since her lips is finished, her baking is over. For her setting powder, I'll be using Makeup Forever HD 173 and MAC Cosmetics Mineralized in Deep. For her eyeliner, I'm using MAC Cosmetics Feline Kohl Pencil. The smudger is really good when it comes to smudging underneath the eyes or the waterline. I'm just using a brown eyeshadow from the Jaclyn Hill collection to smudge underneath the eyes. Now it's time to clean up, fix, change, or rearrange any mistake that you may see. I'm just adding a little highlight underneath her eyebrow bone. Next, I'll be using lip gloss by Black Radiant called Sunset Rose. Lip gloss help you blend the lipstick and lip liner even in more. Now I'm just using a piece of paper to help me apply her bottom mascara and also her top mascara. To give the eye a little bit more definition, I added a little bit black corner on the tips of the eyes to give it more depth. I always use a piece of cardboard or a piece of paper as a gig line so I don't have any fallout on the face. A fan brush is an easy tool to apply bronzer. Next, I'll be using Gold Deposit and Global Glow by MAC Cosmetics. Don't forget to highlight the bridge of the nose and the top lips. For the setting spray, I'll be using Urban Decay D-Slick Setting Spray and MAC Cosmetic Fix Plus. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Please like, share, and subscribe. And please don't forget to press that notification bell because more videos are on the way. Please drop down in the comment box and let me know what you guys think and what other videos I should do.